You would probably throw this part of corn away, but it's one of the most powerful ancient remedies you would ever find. Growing up, I honestly thought this part of corn was useless. But now that I'm an adult, living my full plant life, I've discovered that corn silk is an ancient secret used by many as medicine. Did you know that corn silk is the female part of the plant and it is packed with lots of nutrients? But before we go into all of that, earlier this year I made the decision to get back to growing our local corn. I was finally done with growing the hybrid sweet corn. I always found it to be too sugary, so I ended up giving most of my harvest away to family and friends. And don't get me wrong, I grow the best and most perfect sweet corn ever, if I must say so myself. Sweet corn was most people's favorite, and because I encourage everyone to grow their favorite food at home, it only felt fair that I also grow sweet corn to prove it can be done right in your backyard. As with all good things, that era is now over. And I have videos to prove it in case anyone ever wants to try growing sweet corn at home. Now it's time to grow the type I like so I can have a swell time with my corn. I love corn to a fault. I can eat 10 local corn in one sitting, but with sweet corn, I'm good with just one or two. The difference for me is with local corn, I can taste the actual taste of corn, not like sweet corn where it feels like I'm eating pure sugar. The sugar in local corn is mild and balanced and very appropriate. And this season, there is one thing I also get to even enjoy more, the corn silk. If you've ever peeled fresh corn, you'll know those soft silky threads that stick stubbornly to the kernels. That silky thread is what is called corn silk. As a child, I would toss it aside without a second thought. I never imagined it was nature's quiet medicine, hiding in plain sight. Corn silk is actually the stigma of the corn plant, the female part that catches pollen so the corn can develop. Each of these strands you see are connected to a kernel and it is packed with natural compounds that has been used for centuries in traditional medicine. From Africa to Asia, Europe to Native America, corn silk has been brewed, dried, and preserved as a health tonic long before modern supplements. The ancient secret is that corn silk is a natural cleanser and also a healer. Our elders knew this, so they didn't need fancy packaging or expensive capsules. They just needed the silk, hot water, and a little patience. One of the main benefits of corn silk acts as a mild diuretic, helping the body flush out excess fluids and will also reduce strain on the kidney. So it's good for kidney health. Corn silk also supports urinary health, soothes irritation, and reduces inflammation. If you're keeping an eye on your glucose level, corn silk may be useful to you because it reduces blood sugar level. In many African homes, corn silk tea was given to people with swelling in the feet, water retention, or people that have difficulty urinating. These days, whenever I harvest my local corn, I make sure to collect the silk carefully. The beauty of growing my own is that I know it is organic because I didn't use pesticide or chemicals when I was growing them. So I'm 100% sure that my silk is clean, natural, and straight from my garden. If you're buying corn, from the market and you want to use the silk, I recommend you wash it with salt water to remove any dust, dirt or tiny bugs, then rinsing it thoroughly in clean water. Fresh corn silk can be brewed immediately, but you can also sun dry it and store it in a glass jar to use later. This way, even when corn is not in season, you still have the ancient secret around you. Making corn silk tea is very easy. All you have to do is harvest your corn when they are mature and collect all of the corn silk. You can use them fresh like I stated earlier, or you can dry some for future use. So if you're brewing fresh, you can take a small handful of fresh corn silk, rinse it thoroughly. I soaked my corn silk that is organically grown for a few minutes to take out some bugs. I must have washed about 6 times or so. I didn't have to use salt because it was grown naturally. With the fresh corn silk, all I do is pour hot water over it, let it steep for a few minutes, and then consume. My favorite way of using the corn silk to make tea is to dry it first. Drying it releases the natural oils and flavors and also increases the shelf life. After that, I boil a handful in a cup of water, on low heat of course, and then I let it simmer for about 5 minutes, strain, and my tea is ready. The tea has a light earthy taste. You can drink it plain or add a squeeze of lemon or a little honey for flavor. I love to add lemon, especially our local lemon. You can also choose to cold brew the corn silk by letting it sit overnight. But I personally love the soothing warmth of a fresh hot brew, especially in the evening. August has been a month of corn harvest, especially for me this year. And luckily, I grew my favorite type of corn, which is the local corn. So I'm saving all my silk and eating all of my harvest because this year is my year. But I'm willing to share my excess corn silk, especially the dried ones. Yeah. And since I started drinking corn silk regularly, I've noticed I feel lighter and less bloated. My digestion is better and I enjoy the comfort ritual of preparing it. I'm enjoying embracing nature's gift in a consistent and respectful way. I also like knowing that something I once thought was trash is now part of my wellness routine. This is why you should not underestimate the humble corn silk. It's more than a byproduct. It's a bridge between old wisdom and modern living. Living my plant life has now become more of rediscovering what our ancestors already knew and keeping that knowledge alive. So the next time you peel a corn cob, pause before you toss the silk. There is an ancient secret in those strands. One that can nourish your body, cleanse your system, and connect you to generations of natural wisdom. And this corn season, I'll be enjoying both the kernels and the silk. I'm also hoping you'll do the same.